Hello everyone, welcome back to our garden and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We are officially in 2026.
I can't believe it. I'm so happy that we are starting a fresh year in the garden, and that means it's time for our first garden project of the year.
And that means we have over 2,000 tulips to plant.
Wow, I can't believe that. Every year we go up and up in that number, and you know what? Our garden keeps getting bigger.
Yeah, we've got way more space to plant this year, so we thought, why not go big?
Yeah.
So last November, of course, we took our trip to the Netherlands and spent some time in Amsterdam. And the Netherlands and Holland is where tulip bulbs are really grown. The majority of tulips in the world are grown there. And with color blends specifically, they actually get all of their cultivars from the Netherlands, and then they bring them over to the US to test them and trial them. But now that we've been to Amsterdam, we feel even more inspired to plant tulips in our garden. You guys know us, we are super sentimental, and anytime we can have something in our garden that is meaningful and not just a plant that we picked up because we thought it was pretty, is super special to us.
Yeah.
So we are very excited to plant tulips this year, and it can be somewhat of a grueling garden task, but I'm excited for the beautiful flowers that we're going to get this spring and creating our own little Kugelhof here.
Yes, I think it'll be gorgeous, and it'll inspire us to go back and see the tulips actually in season.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's tell you a little bit about tulips.
So the number one question we get from our family, especially those who are not into gardening, is why do we plant tulips in the winter? Well, tulips actually need about 10 weeks of cold time to actually get enough power to flower. And for us here in the South, we don't actually get that time naturally. So if we were to just leave our tulips in the ground every year and let them come up, we probably wouldn't get many, if any, blooms. So we actually pre-chill our bulbs for about 10 weeks, which puts us right at New Year's time every year to plant. And it's actually great because we're both off work. And so since they have that pre-chill time, we can now plant them and they will come up in the spring and bloom beautifully, just as if they had gotten that cold chill time in the ground. Unfortunately, that does also mean for us, we have to plant them as annuals.
Yep.
So once the tulips are done, we will pull all of the bulbs, we will compost them, and then we will do this all over again next winter.
If you don't want to plant tulips in your garden every single year and do all the work that comes along with that like we do, you can always plant things like daffodils and Spanish bluebells that will come back as perennials year after year for you in your garden, even here in the South.
And the best thing about those is they will kind of bulk up over time. So you could start with something small, and in a few years, you'll have a big, beautiful patch of blooming spring bulbs.
There's lots of science that comes along with spring blooming bulbs, and we thought we'd give you a few fun facts.
Did you know that tulips are not native to the Netherlands? They actually originated in Central Asia, which is modern-day Kazakhstan. However, the Dutch fell in love with them and just got really, really good at growing them.
In today's economy, tulip bulbs can range from just a few cents up to a few dollars per bulb. But did you know that in the 1600s, during tulip mania, a rare tulip bulb could cost more than a canal house in Amsterdam?
One thing we love about tulips is the ability to cut them and bring them in for floral arrangements. But did you know after you cut them, they continue to grow, sometimes even up to an inch, which can cause your arrangements to shift over time. So if you've ever put tulips in a vase and you notice after time it looks a little different, that's why.
Tulip bulbs prefer to be planted tighter than you think. For mass plantings, they should almost touch underground. We're going to plant them a few inches apart so they can spread across the entire garden.
Something we've learned over time is that single tulip varieties actually perform way better in the South than some of the double or fringe varieties. Those have typically grown much shorter and flowered much later for us than a simple single flowering tulip. And last but certainly not least, tulips might be short-lived, but they are unforgettable, which make them essential to have in your garden every spring. Before we can get started planting today, we had a little bit more fall and winter cleanup to do. I grabbed the leaf sucker and tried to get up all of the leaves that had fallen here in the entryway garden. And there were quite a lot, and there's a lot of big shrubs and perennials to work around. Brian also helped out by cutting back the agapanthus along the pathway. And believe it or not, we still have summer annuals in our garden. I know. I'm ashamed as well, but we got them all pulled. We had some alyssum that went all the way down the edge of the south side garden. And then we also had some lantana out in the peninsula that did not want to leave our garden, but unfortunately we had to pull it. And this also does mean that it was time for us to put away our Christmas lights. It made me sad too, but the tulips will be here in a couple of months and they are going to be beautiful. I think with that, it's time to get started. So we're gonna start here in the planter box with 100 Akebono tulips. Now we planted this variety in here last year, and one thing that we love is that it doesn't get too tall and kind of block our view. We want to keep in mind with this garden here that we've got a lot of stuff planted and we don't want the tulips to take over. We just want them to add something to the space. So we're going to go in with our tulip bulb here, and I'm going to go pointy side up, and I'm just going to take it and push it right down into the soil. This is mostly raised bed mix, so it's pretty easy to maneuver. And then I'll cover it up, and that's it. So we've got 99 more to go. Here in our planter box, we have 4 quadrants, so I decided to count out 25 bulbs for each section to give us a nice formal look.
Okay, now we're gonna switch over to planting in the ground. We're here in the entryway garden, and I've grabbed my power planter auger so that we can make this super, super easy. As you guys know, we're gonna plant a ton of tulips, and the power planter makes that a breeze, and it'll actually save my back too. I've grabbed the 3-inch by 24-inch version. The tulips that we're gonna plant here actually need to go 5 inches deep, but different tulip varieties vary by how deep you need to plant them. I'm gonna plant one right now just to show you how easy it is. Okay, so now that I've got my hole dug, I'm just gonna set my tulip down in the hole, pointy side up. Now we just gotta do this a few more thousand times and we'll be ready for spring.
Here in the entryway garden, we are going for impact this year. Last year, we planted Clearwater tulips, which are a beautiful white tulip, but we wanted to change it up this year and do something bold. So we are planting the best purple tulip, which is a single tulip variety, only purple, and I think it's gonna be a beautiful combination with the Akebono tulips. We've got 150 in total that are going in this space, and I think that it's going to be stunning. You're probably noticing we have not done a lot of garden cutback here in the entryway garden, and that was on purpose. We've got a lot of perennials here and a lot that die back fully to the ground in the winter. So we want to make sure as we're planting tulips, we're not damaging any of those root balls, and we're being very careful here. So once we finish up planting our tulips here in the entryway garden, we'll be safe to do our final perennial cutback. All right, folks, we are back for day 2 of tulip planting, and today we are starting in what used to be the moon garden. We haven't really planted anything white back here in a long time. However, we are going to keep the tulips back here white. Today we are planting the Katharina variety. Now, this is a little bit taller than the Clearwater variety that we planted last year. And last year we could not see the tulips over the boxwoods. So I'm really hopeful for a good show back here. We've got 100 all the way across the back. And this is still a bit of a formal area in our garden, so I think the white is gonna look really nice back here. Here in the cottage garden, we are planting Gemini 2, our first tulip blend of the year. This is a really soft palette with light pink and a white tulip that's got purple edges, which fits the vibe of this space perfectly. We have officially planted 450 tulips, but that is just a drop in the bucket to what we have still to do. We are now going to tackle one of the larger spaces behind me, the Peninsula. So in this space, we're going to be planting 1,000 of the Shocks and Struts tulip variety, which are kind of a hot pink, little bit of peach mixed in of a mix. And the way that we're going to plant this is something we've never done before. So in the past, we have taken our larger auger, the 7-inch auger, and drilled one hole and kind of put 10 to 15 tulips inside. But what we're going for here is kind of the look of a river of the tulips running through the flower bed. So we're going to take our auger and drill holes kind of inching along in a path, and then we'll go back and fill in with tulips. And I think in the end, it's going to make for a beautiful hot pink river through the Peninsula. Down in front of that, we're going to be planting the Ice Follies daffodils. Now, this is a variety, as we mentioned before, that will naturalize for us and will hopefully come back next year. Ice Follies are daffodils that come out with a yellow trumpet that fades to an ivory, almost fully white. So I think it's going to pair really nicely with this set of tulips, but also any tulips we come along after that in the upcoming years. Here we go. All right, we're moving on to the daffodils. Something to consider with something like daffodils is you'll want to plant this in a space where it won't be disturbed by annual planting or digging around every year. So we're planting these among some perennials like penstemon and allium, and I think they're going to be beautiful. We have made it to our final planting for today. We are planting the Royals Tulip Blend, and this is a really rich, deep color that is really different from anything else that we have planted today. And I think this is going to be really striking here at the end of the sidewalk at the Entryway garden. So we're planting these here in the south side garden. We're doing a little bit of a mixed technique. We are doing a mass planting where we're kind of going along the edge. Then we're also taking our large 7-inch auger and planting some nice clumps. And I love these in the garden because they just look like a vase that's growing up out of the ground.
All right, guys, it has been a weekend of spring bulb planting fun, but I think we've reached a stopping point for the day.
Yeah, unfortunately, the sun is setting now, and we just have shorter days during the winter, which means we don't get to do as much gardening as we would like to, but we got most of them done. We still have the oak tree garden left to do, the picket fence in the front of the house, but you'll just have to come back next spring to see what we're planting up there because it is going to be stunning. I will say that I actually had fun today. Normally, we're like dreading bulb planting, but I think we actually did a good job of trying to enjoy it today.
Yeah, I think it's because I have probably texted like 6 people and told them that we're tulip planting this weekend and that this is my least favorite garden project, but it has the most beautiful impact. And I think that that's probably why the universe just said, no, you're going to have a fun time this weekend. You're going to enjoy it. And I really think that that's because we planted these in some really unique ways.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see the Peninsula filled up with that hot pink color of the shocks and struts.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really, really impactful when you walk around the corner.
Yeah.
And then paired with the daffodils, it's just going to be such a beautiful spring.
Yeah, I'm so excited. We hope you guys have learned something from this video. Obviously, spring bulbs are something that not everybody does, but it's just one of those things that is so beautiful and so impactful for your garden every time you do it. And it's obviously investing in the winter for some beauty in the spring. So we hope that you guys will take this information and maybe buy some tulip bulbs.
If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you click that subscribe button below so you get all of our gardening content for 2026. And with that, from our garden to yours, we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.